Hello everyone, welcome to session 16 of Software Testing Made Easy course. In this video session, we are going to continue with the live project, that is part 9 of the live project, where I am going to create the test cases for which functionality? Login functionality. In the previous video, I have created the test cases for register account functionality, that is register form functionality you can say. Now in this session, I'm going to create the test cases for login functionality. Okay. So we started creating the test cases and we started with the register form or register account functionality. This is done guys. In the previous session, we created the test case for registration functionality or register account functionality. Now in this session, I'm going to show you how to create the test cases for the login functionality. Fine. So let's get started guys. So here is the test scenarios document guys that we have created in one of the previous sessions. This is test scenarios, not test cases. So if you look at this first test scenario, that is verify the working of the register account functionality. In the previous session, we created 26 test cases, okay, which will cover this register account functionality test scenario. Now we have to move to the next. This is completed guys, okay. The first test scenario, for the first test scenario, we already created the test cases. Now we need to focus on the second test scenario. The second test scenario is about login functionality case, verify the working of the login functionality. So for this test scenario also, we need to create good number of test cases. So let's get started with creating the test cases. So for that guys, I'll go to this, I'll close this test scenarios. Okay, I'll close this for now and I'll open the test cases document. Open this test cases document. You see here, already we have created the test cases for which functionality? Register functionality. Okay. So we have created all the test cases for this test scenario, that is register functionality test scenario. Fine. So all the test cases belong to the register functionality, register account functionality. Fine. Done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rename this thing as right click rename as register account. Okay. This is something related to the register account, or we can simply put something like register. Okay, register, some register functionality. So now similar test case, similar test cases we need to create for the next test scenario, that is login functionality. So instead of clicking directly plus here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this register and say move or copy guys. Okay, move or copy. And now here I will select create a copy and select move to end. That means a duplicated register tab will be created again and it will be at the end guys. Okay, click on OK. You see register 2 is coming. A duplicated copy of the same tab is there with all the test cases of the register functionality. I'm going to rename this as login guys. Okay, these are the login test cases, login functionality test cases. So go to the register, and what I'm going to do, instead of creating all the test cases in a single document guys, you see while creating the test cases you have to see like here already 26 are there. From here to here 50 more, like till 50 I can create, right? But I don't want to go with this process guys. Okay, in a single tab I don't want to create the test cases for all the functionalities, because the test cases are growing like anything. It will be difficult for me, it will be difficult for me to find the required test cases at later point of the time. So with that intention, what I'm going to do is, instead of creating all the test cases in a single tab, I'm going to create a new tab that is with login. Okay. So here in this tab, register functionality related test cases will be there. In this tab, login functionality test cases will be there. Like that I'm planning guys. Okay. Rather than putting all the test cases in a single tab, I'm dividing the test case into multiple tabs. And as part of that guys, I want to do one more difference. Okay, one more change I want to do for this test case. So here I will say tc underscore 001, right? Instead of that I will say tc underscore rf stands for register functionality. Here also I will say rf underscore. Okay, select this and drag here guys. I'm just changing the short form of this test case. So here in the register tab, tc underscore rf kind of short code will be there for representing the test cases, right? So that why I'm doing that? Why I'm doing that? Because in this login also, I can do something like that. Here login functionality, right? This is login tab. In the login type, I will say tc underscore login functionality underscore 001 guys. And here 002. And here I will drag it. So you know the difference, right? So here we can easily start the test case numbers from 001 because this test case tc underscore lf underscore 001 is different from now tc underscore rf underscore 001. Here 001 is common, but still there is a difference, right? Here lf is there, here rf is there. That's the difference, guys. So because of this difference only, we are able to start from 1 again. Okay. If I don't put rf here, I cannot start from 001. Again, I have to start from tc underscore 27. Okay. Here till 26 is there. If I don't put rf here, tc underscore 026 is there. Here I have to start from 027. I don't want that process. Okay. I just want to make the things easier. I would like to start the first test case with 001. For that, I provided LF guys, which is different from RF. Okay. So that's why I changed the code, guys. Hope you understood now why did I change to TC underscore LF RF kind of thing. Fine. Here test scenario 002 guys. Okay. That is a login functionality. I already showed you in the test scenarios document. The second test scenario is for verifying the working of the login functionality, right? TS underscore 00 is this test scenario is for login functionality. Okay, this I updated now, and remaining I will okay, except this ID, right? I'll copy all this stuff and then go down till down, and I'll simply clear it out. Here also I'll clear, guys. Okay, this is also not necessary. I'll clear everything. Okay, except this IDs, we'll clear everything. So this is the first test case for the login functionality test scenario, guys, and we need to provide the test case title. So where to start? So what I did is before starting the session, I have ideated all the test cases that are required for login functionality. Okay, I have ideated all the test cases that are required for the login testing kind of. Okay, so we can start with this one, guys. I will show you the login functionality first of all before going to the different test case ideas. Go to the application and select this login, guys. You'll be taken to the login functionality. Here you can see this is a login page. Okay, this is a login page, guys. As you can see, this is a login page. So in this login page, as you can see, what the main functionality, guys? This is the main functionality, right? Returning customer, if I may return here email address and password. Okay, we need to provide the email address and password and login. So what is the first test case that we have to write here, guys? Okay, the first main test case will be you have to provide valid credentials and try to log in, and this application should get logged in. When you give the valid credentials and login, you should be able to log in, guys. That should be the first test case, right? The main road kind of test case, you can say. Without the test case, we should not go forward. Okay, there may be multiple test cases for this login functionality, but the main test case that you have to write is provide valid credentials and log in. Whether you are able to, whether the application is allowing you to log in or not, we have to check that. That's the first test case. So login with valid credentials is the first test case, guys. So I will write the test case. Yesterday you have some idea of how to write the test cases for register functionality, right? The same way we are going to create the test case for login functionality also. Verify logging into the application using valid credentials. Valid credentials means valid username. Credentials means username and password, guys. Okay, the credentials is the short form for username and password. Valid credentials, whatever the credentials you give for logging into the application, that is valid credentials. Fine. Now predict sites. What are the predict sites? Same thing, guys. Open the application URL. What is the application URL, guys? This is the application URL, right? This till here demo. Okay, open the application URL in any supported browser. In any browser, any supported browser, whatever you want, right? You can write here. Then coming to the test steps, this predict site is already done, guys. We have opened the application. So here, like this, we have already opened the application, this application URL in the browser. Now the next step is we need to go to the login page, right? For that, I'll write the steps like this. We need to first click on the my account. Here I'll write the steps, guys. Hoping that you got some idea on how to create the test case in the register functionality, that is in the previous session. I will go a bit faster, guys. Okay, compared to the previous session, I'll go a bit faster. Click on my account, drop menu, alt enter. Then the second step will be you need to click on the login option. Click on the login option. Click on the login option. Then what else? When you click on the login option, user should be taken to which page, guys? Login page. So that here expected result I will write. Okay, expected result er-1. We have to verify the expected result. Here, if you want to make it descriptive, guys, verify. You can write like this: verify er1, expected result 1. Okay. So here I'll write the step. For what is expected result 1, I have to write for this test case. User should be verify. User should be navigated to which page? Login page. Done. Then again at the end of the second step, press Alt Enter. Third, after clicking on the login, we went to the after clicking on the login option, we went to the login page already. Now on the login page, okay, on the login page, what we have to do? We have to provide valid credentials. Okay, so that means enter valid email address hyphen otherwise email address into the which field? This field. As it is, we have to write the field, guys. Hyphen e hyphen mail address field. Okay. So from where we can get this valid email address? Here we can say refer test data. Okay. Use refer test data. So as I did yesterday, I will put this in a kind of okay less than and greater than symbols, the same format. And here email address I will provide, guys. Email address to be used is a moduri 3 @ gmail.com. This one email address. I'll wrap it and say left and right. Done. Or this was like this, right? Let it be. Let it be. Okay. Email address is this one. I'll say Alt Enter again. Alt Enter. Okay. To give a break. Okay. So now after entering the valid email address, let's enter this valid email address as per the test case. @gmail.com. Then here test data is required, guys, because we have to enter the valid email address, right? So already account should be created and some data is already there. So I have created a lot of accounts on this application. One of the account details I'm providing here so that while testing the test case, we can simply provide the same email address. Okay. And for checking purpose. Fourth step is enter valid password into which field? Into the which field? Password field. Password field. Here also I'll say same thing, guys. Refer test data. Okay, we have to take the password also from the test data. Here password is, what is the password? So I have given the password as Alt Enter 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is the password, guys. Okay, this is the password. Now after entering the valid email address into the email field and entering the valid password into the password field, what I'm going to do is we have to click on this login button. Here I'm going to enter the password, valid password 1 2 3 4 5, and we need to click on the login button, right? We have to write the same thing. Click on login button. So once you click on the login button, what should happen? When you click on the login button with valid credentials, user should be taken to the account page. User should get logged in first and should be taken to which page? Account page. Okay, this account page user should be taken. So here we'll write the verify ER2. That means expected result 2. So what is expected result 2? Here I'll write user should get logged in and taken to the which page? Taken to the which page? Account page. Okay, account page. So these are the two steps, guys. Very simple test case, nothing much, right? This is the expected result. This is very big, so I'll reduce the size, guys. Okay, if required, I will again drag it. So actual result, all those things, as explained yesterday only, I'll not fill it right now. Okay, we may consider it later. Okay, these are not that much important at this moment. We'll focus more on the test case creation, guys. Okay, rather than that. So like this. Okay, so we'll reduce the space and yeah, the first test case is done, guys. Verify logging into the application using valid credentials is done. See how easy it is to create the test case now, right? So similarly, for the second test case also is being created for the same test scenario, that is the login functionality test scenario. And what is the second test case? So once you are done logging with the valid credentials, you need to check whether the next important test case that should be covered as a test case is verify whether if you provide invalid credentials and try to log in, the application should not allow you to log in. That is an important test case. Second test case should be that, right? So this is done, guys. Login with valid credentials is done. Now we have to try to log in with invalid credentials, and application should not allow you to log in. That's the expected result. You see, when you're trying with login with invalid credentials, guys, there are three combinations here. You see, we have to create separate test cases for three combinations. One test case for this one test case for this one test case for this one. So login with invalid credentials means there are three possibilities, guys, where you will provide both the username and password as invalid. That is the first test case. And as part of the second test case, you will provide valid username and invalid password. Okay, valid username and invalid password. That is second test case. Third test case is invalid username and valid password. Okay, invalid username and valid password. These three combinations we have to check, guys. We'll first start with the invalid credentials only, but for invalid username and invalid password. Okay, so fine. So here verify logging into the application using invalid credentials. So both credentials are invalid here, right? That is, if you want to be descriptive, you can write like this: invalid username and invalid password. Okay, these are the invalid credentials, whatever I'm talking about. The same predict side here also, and here I will write, okay, here one of the predict side, guys, this account should be created already, right? uh, so here I'll write one more predict side here. An account is an existing account. Okay, uh, login credentials for an existing account are required. Okay, like this, some presets. Okay, if you want to make it more interesting, you can write like this: multiple presets, first preset, second preset. So if you want to make it like with some numbers, right, you can write, that's better, right? Two presets are required here, 1 and 2. So open the application URL, and login credentials for an existing account are required. Then only we'll get this test data, right? Otherwise we'll not get. So if you want to test this, whether you are able to log in with valid credentials, an account should be created already. Okay, login credentials for an existing or account are required. Like this, some presets you can write within in your own way. Okay, to make the things easier. So here also, here invalid credentials. So don't have to worry about the existing account, guys. Okay. So what we'll do is click on my account drop down menu, click on the login option, verify ER1. This time verify ER1 is not required because already we verified user should get navigated in the first test case. So you should not repeat that expected result. That's fine. Enter valid email address into the, here I will say enter invalid email address. Okay. Enter invalid email address into the email address field. Refer test data. You can give some dummy email address, guys, which is not present in the application. Let's say xyzabc123 at the rate gmail.com is one of the email address I thought of. So grab it, and another password. Password also some invalid I'll give. Password also I'll give invalid. That is xyzabc123 is the password. Okay. So there is no account with this two credentials, invalid email address and invalid password. So fine, those are the invalid, I will say. Okay. So invalid in the sense non-existing account related stuff, guys. Okay. So here refer test data, enter invalid email address, say this kind of email address into the email address field, and enter invalid password into the password field, and this is one of the example of the invalid password. Okay, which is not actually, we have not created an account with this credentials, guys. Nothing much. Click on login button. This time verify ER1. Okay, here ER1. So what should happen when you give the invalid email address and password, guys? Okay, so let's give xyzabc123 at the rate gmail.com is an invalid email address. xyzabc123 is an invalid password. When you try to log in, you see no match for email address and or password. So this should be the expected result, guys. Okay, warning message with the text, should be displayed. Okay, like this should be displayed. Done. So the second test case is also done, guys. We have completed the second test case. Now let's move to the third test case. This is also for the login functionality, and okay. So here, third one. Okay, third test case is like same thing I explained to you, right? There are three possibilities here. One is done. First possibility is done. Now let's go to the second possibility. This is done, guys. The shape. Okay, these are underlines, right? So you cannot fill it up. Okay. So fine, we'll fill it at the end, guys. Okay, for now we'll give some color to make a difference. Kind of green. Yeah, this is coming. Now valid username and invalid password. Okay, we'll give a valid username and invalid password this time. Verify logging into the, otherwise I'll copy this one. Verify logging into the application using invalid username and valid password. The combination is like this: invalid username and valid password. So same thing. So fine, I'll copy this, copy one of the test data, guys, and here I have to give the invalid username. Invalid username is this one, right? This invalid username. So xyzabc@gmail.com. Okay, otherwise I'll copy this here, it will be easy. And valid password means it cannot be this one. This is a valid password, right? One of the example of the valid password is 12345. Let's give 12345 here, which is valid password. Here I'll change the steps. Invalid email address. So here, guys, there is one problem going on. Verify logging in valid credentials. Verify logging into the application with invalid credentials. Here I have to say invalid email address. I'll say email address instead of username, and invalid password. Here invalid email address and valid password. Okay. So here invalid email address is this one, and valid password is this one, right? So invalid email address and valid password. Done. So what should be the expected result? Here verify ER1. So when you give one of the thing as invalid, the same thing should happen, guys. The same warning should come. Let me show you. Okay, even though you gave the valid password but invalid email address, the same thing should happen. So let me show you here. I'll refresh this. Okay, I'll go to the login page again freshly, and here I will give the invalid email address, that is xyzabc1 is invalid email address, but valid password I will provide 12345, which is a valid password login. You see, this should not have, this warning should come, guys. Okay, that's what we have written here. A warning message with the text should be displayed. Done. Now the last test case in this category, I'll change this to green. Okay, then this is the last test case for this login with invalid credentials combination, where invalid, sorry, this one is not done. Valid username, let me drag it down so that okay, we follow the order properly. So this is done, guys. This is not done. Okay, this is done. Invalid username and valid password is done. Now we are going with the valid username and invalid password. That is another test case. Okay, so here I'll simply change the text case, nothing much. Verify logging into the application with a valid email address and invalid password. Okay, done. So open the application URL, copy paste, copy this. Here we'll say valid email address, and here we'll say invalid password. And for test data, this is a valid email address, and I'll change the password. Okay, here this is a valid email address, guys. Okay, so here this is the invalid password I have to give. xyzabc123 is the invalid password. Let's see what will happen. So here I'll again go to the login page. I'll give the valid email address, that is amotory3@gmail.com, and invalid password is xyzabc123. Okay, login. You see, the same warning message should come. That is the expected result. Copy this. Same expected result, guys. Nothing different. The same warning should be coming. Either you give the invalid email address or invalid password, both the things will give the same error message. So we already are done with the 4 test cases, guys. Let's move forward with other test cases also. So let me change the colors as completed. This is completed. This is completed. Okay, so done. So these two are done. Now let's go to the third one. Login without providing any credentials. The next test case is we need to try to log in without providing credentials, guys. We should not enter any credentials here and try to log in. What should happen? The same warning message should come. Okay. When you don't provide the credentials also, you're getting the same warning message in this application. Different applications behave different, guys. Some applications will say that they will actually display a field level warning message saying enter email address. Okay, when you try to log in without providing credentials, enter email address, it will mention. But this application, no matter what, if you don't provide credentials also, it's saying no match for email address and or password. Okay, so the next test case is all about verify login into the application without providing, okay, without providing the credentials. Okay, without providing any credentials. That means without providing the username and password, try to log in. Copy this. So here steps are important, guys. Click on the login option. Don't enter anything into the email address field. Don't enter anything into the email address field. Okay, test data is not required for this. And here also don't enter anything into the password field. Okay, the test data is also not required here. And without entering anything into the email address and password field, we are trying to click on the login button. And here test data will not be there, so not applicable. And here the same warning message should come. Okay, as per this application requirement and business functionality, the same warning message is getting displayed, so we'll display the same thing. Done. Next one, that is 6, the test case. This is done, guys. Okay, then next one, verify forgot password link is available on the login page and user is navigated to appropriate page on clicking it. Verify forgot password link is available on the login page, and on clicking it, you should be navigated to the forgot password page. For example, here in the login page, as you can see, I am saying that as per the test case, I am verifying whether this forgot password link is available on this login functionality or not. This is the first one. If it is available, we'll pass the test case. Now, when you click on this forgot password, you should be taken to forgot your password page or forgotten password page, whatever it is. Okay, forgot your password page. This page name is forgotten password. As you can see here, this is a forgotten password. Okay, so let's write that test case. Verify forgot, what is that? Forgotten password. Forgotten password. Link is link or option. Okay, option link we can say for now. Link is available in the login functionality. Verify forgotten password link is available in the login functionality. Okay, on the login functionality. Okay, fine. Or else in the login page is available in the login page. And verify forgotten password link is available in the login page and is working. Okay, like this. Generalize it. Okay, open the application URL and these are the steps. We'll simply go to the login page, guys, and then check whether okay. Otherwise, we'll do one thing. Click on forgotten password. Okay, forgotten password link. Here we'll write to expect results. ER1 is one thing, and here ER2 second thing. So I'll explain why I'm writing this. Here also not applicable test data. So if you come here, first expected result is when you click on the login option, user okay, here I'll write forgotten. User should be taken to login page, and what is that forgotten password link should be displayed in the page. First expected result. Second expected result, when you click on the forgotten password link, is user should be taken to forgotten password page, like this. Okay, done. These are the expected results, guys. Okay, this is enough. Now let's move back and go to the next test case. What is the next test case? This test case is done, guys. Okay, this particular test case is done. Here I will select it, and then the next test case, guys, verify logging in using keyboard keys. Okay, this is the next test case. What does it mean is, here so far when I am trying to log in, right, I am using my mouse, right? So I am clicking inside this text field and entering the email address, like this. After entering the email address, again I am moving my mouse and clicking inside the password field, and here once the control comes into the password field 12345, then I without by using the mouse cursor I have to click on the login, right? This is what I am doing till now. But what I want to do is, without touching the mouse, okay, without touching the mouse, just by using the keyboard keys, have to log in, guys. Okay, there will be some users who will not use a mouse, guys. They will simply use the keyboard keys to log in. So we have to verify whether this application is working perfectly when the user use the keyboard keys for logging in. So I'll start with the tab key, guys. Click on the tab key. You see the current control is here, guys. You see this is a control. Again tap. You see when you press the tab key, the control is moving. So this control should come to the email address field, guys. Okay, so like this, keep on clicking until you get the control to the email address field. So login. You see now the control came to the email address. As you can see the cursor blinking right inside the email address text field. Now here once the control came here, I will enter the credentials. Okay, at the rate a33 at the rate gmail.com, like that I will enter. After entering the email address, I will press tab, guys, so that the control will go to the password field. You see the control went to the password field where I will enter the password 12345. Now I'll take the control to the login button, tap. The control is on forgotten password. Now again press tab. The control has come to the login button. Now press enter key, guys. Okay, this time you have to press enter key. You see, without touching my mouse, I'm able to log in just by pressing the tab key and enter key. That was possible, right? Same thing. We have to create the test case, guys. Verify logging into the application using keyboard keys. Verify logging into the application using keyboard keys. What are the different keyboard keys we have to use? Tab and enter key. Okay, tab and enter keys. Fine. Open the application URL. Same thing, guys. Click on login option. Okay, till here is fine. So till here we can write the steps. We have to go to the login page. Once we are in on the login page, what we have to do? Press tab keyboard key until the control comes to the email address field. E-mail address field, text field, email address text field, and enter the email address. Enter the valid email address. I'll say valid email address. Here we can say refer test data. Alt enter. Now fourth, again press tab keyboard key and to move the control to password field, password text field, and enter the valid password. Again refer test data. Alt enter. Then again press tab keyboard key until the control comes to login button and press enter key. Okay, and press enter key to submit, right? To submit. to submit, we can say. So these are the steps we have tried, guys. So what should happen? So here everything will happen when finally what should happen here is here I'll write the expected result ER1. I'll write by following all this process, user should be able to log into the application. Login to the application. That's it, guys. Okay, this is another one done. Okay, that's it. This is a test case, guys. This is a test case. So now let's move with the next test case. Okay, this test case is done. Copy this and paste it here and here. What is the next test case? This test case is done, guys. So done. Verify login fields have proper placeholders. So here, when you log out and log into the go to the login page, you see inside the text fields there is some text, right? Email address, some grayed out color. Okay. You see, apart from this label, also inside the text field, also same kind of thing is there. Email. When you type something, it is going away, right? That is nothing but the placeholder text, guys. Okay. Here for password field also there is some text. When you type something, the text is going away. Those are placeholder text. We have to verify whether that particular text is there or not. Okay. Verify email address and password text fields in the login page have the text have the placeholder text. That's it. Okay, that will be enough. So we'll simply go to the login page and check this. That's it. Okay. So here expected result 1 should be verified, where placeholder text proper okay, proper placeholder text should be displayed inside the EI1 mail address and password text fields. That's it. Done. Okay. The test case is done, guys. Go to the next one. The next one we'll write. So this one is done. The next one. Verify selecting browser back button after login. Should not immediately log out. What does it mean? I'll tell you. Okay. So if I give the valid credentials here and try to login. Okay. So I'm just logging in, guys. Okay. I went to the login page and here I gave the valid credentials. And then I clicked on the login button. Now, immediately after you log in, when you press the browser back button, are you getting logged out immediately? No, right? If I press again, now it's getting logged out. Okay. You have been logged out of the computer. Immediately, we should not get logged out, guys. Okay. So here, when I press back button, immediately it's not getting logged out. First time, let's say here, login. Okay. So like this. Okay. When you logged in and press back button, you see you are not getting logged out. But for the second time, you are getting logged out. We have to check with the client when you when you click on the browser back button for the second time, you are getting logged out. That's correct or not? You have to check with the client. If client is okay, no issues. But for now, we'll only check up to one time. Okay. When you first press the browser back button, we should not get logged out. Sometimes unexpectedly, guys, will while logging after logging into the application, unexpectedly we'll click on the browser back button. That should not okay, log out. Verify logging into the application and browsing back. Okay, is not verify. Okay, this is fine for now. I will not write much. Verify logging into the application and browsing back. Okay, browsing back using browser back button. So here open the application URL. So here we'll say These are the steps, right? Click on the login button. These are the same steps. We have to repeat the same steps here. We have to enter valid email address, valid password. Okay, and here we can give the test data also, valid credential details, and click on here. We don't have to verify anything here. Here also no expected result is required. Now after you got logged in, click on login button. You will get logged in, right? Then click on browser back button. Now expected result should come. ER-1 user should not get logged out. Okay, user should not get logged out just by clicking the browser back button. Anyhow, clicking multiple times, we can, while testing this test case, guys, so we can send an email to the client saying that yes, this particular test case is working fine, but when I press twice, it's getting logged out. Okay, is that fine or not? We have to check with the client. If the client is okay, that's fine. Otherwise, we have to implement something there. Okay, we have to report a defect there if the client is not okay. Fine. So next one, this is done, guys. Next one is verify. Clicking on the browser back after logout should not log in the user. So what does it mean is, let's say here I already got logged in, right? This is a, you see here logout option is coming, means you are already logged in. Now if you press logout and again press browser back button, you should not get logged in, guys. This is a security problem. Okay, you already got logged out. Simply pressing the back button should not get logged in, guys. Okay, so let me explain a situation where this problem will come. Let's say you have logged into this application and you are before your system, and you logged in, and before leaving the system what you did is you just logged out. Okay, before leaving the system you just logged out from the application. That's fine, till here is fine. And you went somewhere and other person has come to this computer and has sat before the computer, and simply what did he do? He just pressed the back button. Now for him, your account got logged in. Is that a security problem or not? Yes, there is a defect here, guys. This should not happen actually. Okay, when you log out and press back button, you should not get logged in. That's the problem. There is a defect here, guys. Anyhow, we'll for now write the test case only, and later while executing this particular test case, we'll report the defect. Okay, verify logging into the application. Okay, verify logging out, logging out, and logging out from the application, and browsing back using browser back button. So open the application URL. So first of all, log into the application, guys. Okay, like this. First of all, log into the application. Till here, log into the application. Now after logging in, now click on logout. Okay, you have to logout option. Click on logout option. Okay, click on, you can say my account. You want to reduce the steps, you can, if you want to write fully, you can write also. Click on my account, drop menu, and select. Like this you can reduce the steps. Select logout option. So you have selected the logout option here from by click on my account and select logout option. This is done. Now what you will do, now click on browser back button, and here we'll write the expected result, guys. ER1, verify expected result ER1. So here credentials we can give for the test data, and here I will write the step like this. User should not get logged in again. Okay, user should not get logged in again. When you simply press the browser back button, user should not get logged in again. Okay, that's the expected result. Done. So this one will mark it as green. You see the login functionality looks very simple, guys, but how many test cases are coming? You see a lot of ideas you can create, guys. Okay, there are more, guys. If the this login functionality is kind of like not that much complex or not that much simple, it's okay, guys, but there are many other type of login functionalities, guys, where you may have to write more test cases also. Okay, some login functionalities where captcha will be here. No captcha is there. Okay. So some login requires some captcha, some login will send some OTPs. Okay, a lot of things are there. Whenever you come across such kind of applications, you can ideate the test cases, separate test cases for the extra functionalities and add them into this test case. Fine. For this application, this is fine. So verify login with inactive credentials. What exactly are inactive credentials, guys? We don't know whether this application has the inactive credentials or not. The process of inactive credentials. What exactly inactive means? For example, you have created an account very long back. 1 year back, you created an account and you are not using it. Okay, it's been very long time. You have not used your credentials. Then, based on the application policies or business needs, what application does is it will make some of the credential like account credentials inactive guys. Okay, after not using this account for long period of time, the credentials will become inactive. Okay, so if a user tries to log in with that kind of inactive credentials, you should not get logged in. So inactive means that only, right? Even though valid credentials are there, they became inactive because of not using for a period of time. So when you use such kind of credentials, user should not get logged in. Okay, here I don't have any test data, guys. We need to get the test data from the client itself. Okay, so as for this application, there is no such functionality, but just to give an idea, like we can also check the inactive credentials. I'm writing this test case. Okay, verify logging into the application using inactive credentials. I don't have any such credentials with me, guys. Test data is not available with me. We can get that from the client. We can write a similar comment there. Okay, you can ask the client to provide such kind of credentials, or client may do something to make the credentials inactive. Okay, from his side. Okay, so click on the my account, click on the login option, enter valid email address which is inactive. Okay, valid email address of an inactive account into the email address field. Enter valid password of an inactive account into the password field. Refer test data, click on login. But here I don't have any test data. Need test data. Okay, uh, need test data for this, or else test data for this is pending. Test data for this is pending. Okay, so I don't have any test data, guys, but in reality we have to provide the test data here. So we can ask the client in real-time testing. We can ask the client to provide such kind of test data. Fine. Once we get the test data from the client, we can update this cell. So user should not be able to log in. User expected result should be here, guys. Year one. Okay. After clicking on the login button with the inactive credentials, we need to verify this expected result. User should not be able to log in. Fine. So what else? So we are writing the test cases a bit faster, guys. As you can see, a lot of test cases we are able to cover in less time, right? So remaining will take less time as per my expectations. Let's go here. Verify that there is a limit on the total number of unsuccessful login attempts. That means as part of the security feature, guys, let's say I provided an account. Let's say I'll give some account like amotori4@gmail.com. This is a valid email address, guys. And password, I'll give something wrong, 123. Okay. I have to give 12345. Let's say I forgot the password and try to log in. You see no match for it's saying that. Okay, because password is invalid here. Again, I'll give something like 1233. Okay, 1233 is also invalid. So I thought like I remembered something and I again gave the invalid password again, login. Again the same message came. Now 1232 login. Again the same message. 1231. Again the same message. 1239. Same message. How many times it is allowing? This application, I'm giving the invalid credentials every time and this application is allowing me, right? How many times? Till now, 4 times is over. Fifth time, you got this message, guys. Okay. You see, this is the process. This is the application is following this security standard where when a person tries to log in with multiple times, okay, with invalid credentials for this particular account multiple times, then you are going to get this kind of warning message saying your account has exceeded allowed number of login attempts. Please try again in 1 hour. So this is to avoid the hackers from hacking your machine, guys, because what they do is they run some set of passwords. Okay, a list of passwords they will run with all combinations. So if the application is not stopping the user at a particular point of time, then what happens? The hacker will be able to hack your application. He may be able to guess the password. That's why, guys, this kind of warning message should be coming, and it should not allow the user to log in again and again with invalid credentials. Okay, normal user also is fine, but hacker will take advantage of that, guys, right? So when you go with multiple attempts, you will get this kind of thing. Okay, so what is that? Verify that there is a limit on the, what is the limit? 5 is the limit in this application. Total number of unsuccessful login attempts. Verify the limit of, verify the number of times user can log user number of unsuccessful login attempts. Okay, verify the number of unsuccessful login attempts. That's it. Okay, here we'll go with invalid. All the steps we'll copy. So here I'll say, ER1, or we'll remove this. I'll say repeat step 5 for 4 more times. Okay, the 5th time we are getting the message, right? When you click on this login button for the 5th time, you are getting this message. Till then, we will keep on clicking the same login button with invalid credentials. These are the invalid credentials. I'll provide the same credentials here. Here, okay. User should be displayed. Here, ER1 I'll write. ER1. A warning message. Warning message with the text. What is the text, guys? The text is, this is the text. Copy this text. Should be displayed for the 5th time of clicking the login button with the same invalid credentials. Okay, this is the thing we have to verify. Now the next test case, this is done, guys. We'll mark it as done by changing the color to green here in this mind map. Now few more test cases are there, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 are there. So let's hope to complete them first. Verify the text entered in the password field of login is toggled to hide its visibility. Very simple test case, guys. As you can see, when you go to the login page, when you enter the email address, guys, the email address is kind of visible, right? But when you enter the password, can you see the password? No, the password is toggled to hide the visibility. By you see, when you enter the 1235 as a password here, instead of 123545, you are getting the masked kind of password, like toggled kind of password. In place of the given actual characters, we are seeing some kind of bullet kind of icons, right? Fine. So let's do that. Verify the text entered into the password field is toggled to hide its visibility. This is a security feature, guys. Okay, this is also a security feature because let's say you are trying to log into the application and your friend is sitting beside you. Okay, your friend is sitting beside you or some other person is sitting beside you when you are trying to log into the application. If this password field will not hide this password, then the other person who is sitting beside you can see the password, guys. He will know your password. That's a security breach, right? That's the reason, guys. When you enter the email address, no issues. But when you enter the password, it should not be visible. It should be toggled. The visibility should be toggled like this, as shown here. Open the application URL. So we'll directly go to the login option. Click on the My Account drop-down menu. Click on the login option. Now enter any text into the password field. Now ER1 expect result 1 should be verified. Not applicable. Test data is not applicable here. You can enter anything into the password field after going to the login page. Here we should say that text entered into the password field should be toggled to hide its visibility. That is, instead of entered characters getting displayed, the password field should show either asterisk or this dot symbols. Okay, in order to toggle, it has to show either asterisk or dot symbols. Okay, so this test case is done, guys. Now the next test case 14, we are writing. So few more are left. Let's complete them as soon as possible. Verify copying of the password into the password field. I mean, not into the, verify copying of the password entered into the password field. Okay, so that's fine. What does it mean is, so here you are given some password, guys. I would like to copy this password. Can you copy this? Let's say I want to copy this email address. Can you copy that? Select this email address and say right click. You are getting the copy option. You can copy and paste somewhere. That's fine. But when you try to copy the password, right click here. Are you getting the copy option? No. Or select this and say Control C on your keyboard. Shortcut for the copying is Control C and try to paste. Are you getting the password? This is not the password, guys. This is the email address. Previously copied thing is coming here, but this password is not getting copied. We have to make sure that the user is not able to copy the password. Whatever the password is entered, that should not be copied, guys. Okay, as part of the security needs, email address can be copied, but password should not be able to copy. You see, copy option is disabled here. That means application is taking care of the proper security standards for not allowing the user to copy the password. Verify the copying of the text entered into the password field. Like this, we'll write the title, test case title. Open the application URL. Here, this is fine. We'll directly enter any text into the password field. Here, we'll not check the expect result at this moment, and we'll go to the new step, and we'll say right click, select the text entered into the password field. Right click and right click to select the copy option. Okay, right click to select the copy option. So here ER1 expect result 1. What is the expect result 1? When you try to right click and okay, try to select the copy option, the expect result should be copy option in the right click menu should be disabled. That means you should not be able to select this option. Okay, should be disabled. That's the first one. And after this, you'll also try one more thing, guys. Select the text entered. Okay, here into the, here also I'll say into the password field and trigger and press Control C. Okay, Control C. Shortcut of copy. Shortcut for copying. Okay, so here another expected result, guys. Password text should not be copied. Even though you press the Control C, the password text should not be copied like this. Okay, there's another test case. We are done with another test case also, guys. Okay, so here we'll change this. Verify inspecting the password entered into to view it. For example, here you have entered the password already, but visually you are not able to see the password, right? Visually you are not able to see the password. But when I go to the page source, okay, if I go to the page source, select this, right click here and say inspect, guys. Okay, you see HTML code of this particular text field will be displayed here. You see this is the HTML code of this particular text field, and go through the attributes here. Type is equal to password, name is equal to password, value placeholder is equal to password. So what else? ID is equal to password. Is anything displayed like that? ID is equal to password, ID is equal to input password, form control is there, nothing is there here. So far nothing is getting displayed. If I do one thing, 1 2 3 4 5, right click and inspect, not coming. Earlier I saw it is coming, guys, but now it's not coming. That's a different thing. So we'll do one thing. Now click, give some 1 2 3 and say login. Okay, and right click inspect. This time it is coming. You see value is equal to 1 2 3. This also should not come, right? So without clicking on the login button, it's not coming. But when you press the login button, the password is coming, guys. Right? The password is getting visible. You'll write a simple way, the test case in a simple way, saying verify the password is not visible in the page source. In the page source code. Okay, in the page source, the password should not be. This is the page source, guys. This is the page source. So for that, what we have to do? So till here we can write. Enter any text into the password field. Okay. Inspect the password text field. Okay, inspect the password text field. Then fifth one, click on login button and again inspect the two cases we have to verify password text field. In both the cases, guys, same expected result ER1. Here also ER1, I'll write expected result 1, expected result 1. Not applicable. Any password you can enter. And here password text should not be visible in the page source. Like this we have to write the expected result. Okay, in our case this is failing, guys. After you click on this button, login button, this is getting visible in the page source. You see, you don't know this password, what is this? Just click on the login button, inspect this, and in the value you will see that. Okay, 1 2 3. That's fine because it is an invalid password. That's fine, but still that also should not be there. Okay, what I feel as an extra security measure, even after clicking on the login button, also we should not be able to see. It's better. Okay, so fine, let's complete this. There are a few more things left, guys. Let's complete them. After changing the password, user should be able to log in with the new password only, and old password should not work. And old password should not work. It's very easy to understand, right? So here we'll take one of the account, that is we'll take 5 amotri@5@gmail.com. The password is 12345. Login. You got logged into the application. Now what you will do is you will go and change the password, guys. Here you will give the new password 123 only. 123 only. This is the new password. New password is 123. Old password is 12345. Click on continue. Okay, this is not accepting. So there is some standards here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will give. Okay, instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The new password is 1, 2, 3, 4. Old password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. The password got updated, guys. Now we have to again log out, log in. Let's log in. Let's log in with the old password first. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the old password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the old password. Login. No, it should not allow. That's working fine. Now give the new password 1, 2, 3, 4 only. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the new password. Login. You're able to log in. That means it's working perfectly fine. So here, verify uh, logging into the application after changing the password. After changing the password, you need to verify logging into the application, guys. Open the application URL, and here, here we'll say you have to write very detailed steps for this, guys. Okay, so we'll go with this. With valid credentials, we'll log in. Some different test data will give. Okay, so again, or else we need to change it back again. So next time someone checks it, it will be different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Continue. The old password is set again. So here, so the here at the rate amotori at the amotori5 at the rate gmail.com and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the old password. So here enter valid email address into the email address field, enter valid password into the email address field, click on the login button. Okay, so here user will be able to log in. Now change the password. So how to change the password after first we'll log in, guys. Okay, we'll go with the detailed steps. We got logged in with these credentials. Let's say amotori5 at the rate gmail.com 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Till here is fine. Now click on change your password. Click on change your password link. What will happen? Then you have to enter the new password. Enter new password. Enter new password into the password and confirm password. Yeah, password confirm. It's not confirm password. Password confirm. Reversely they are writing. Fields. Okay, and we need to click on the continue button. Click on continue button. Now 9. Repeat. After clicking on the continue button, what you have to do? You have to log out, right? Click on my account, drop menu, and select logout option. Now 10th step is repeat steps 1 to 5, guys. Okay, that means you are going to give the old password. Even after changing the password, new password, you are trying to repeat 1 to 5 means again you are going to try to log in with the old credentials. Here ER1, expect result 1. What should happen, guys, in this case? When you try to log in with the old credentials, user should not be allowed to log in. User should not be allowed to log in. Now 11. Okay, enter new credentials. Okay, enter new credentials. Okay, given in step 7 and click on login button. Like this, we'll write on another step. So here ER2 will write ER2, ER2. All right, user should be able to log in. Simple. Okay, done. This test case is also done. Next test case, 17th test case, guys. A lot of test cases are coming. So this is also done. Now Verify login, close browser and open application again to see the user is still logged in. What does it mean is, I'll tell you. So here we are already logged in, right? We are already logged in. That's why logout option is coming. When you are already logged in, you'll close the browser like this. Okay. And again open the browser and go to the application URL. See that your session is still there. Okay. You see the session is gone. Now let's try it again. I'll give a motori5@gmail.com 12345 login. After logging in, I am simply closing the browser and again open the application. This time you are logged in or logged out. You are logged out, guys. Your session is not staying here, right? The session is not maintained here, even though that's not correct, guys. That's not correct. You have not logged out, but simply close the browser. This session should be maintained. When you open again, the session is gone. See, I checked multiple times. The session is gone, guys. Right? The logged in session is gone. When simply closing the browser, it's gone, guys. So that should not happen. Verify the login session. Verify logging into the application, closing the browser without logging out and opening the application in the browser again. What should happen? The session should be still there, guys. Even though you close directly without logging out, right? The session should be still there. But in this application, there is an issue. While testing this test case, we can report the defect, guys. Okay. So here, write this. So first we have to log into the application with valid credentials. These are the same steps with valid credentials. After that, we'll give different credentials, guys, instead of using the same thing here and there. Okay. Then simply close the browser. Then again open the browser and navigate to your application. And open the browser and open the application URL. In the browser. Okay. Open the application URL. This is self-explanatory. Now ER1, expect result 1. ER1. What should be the expected result, guys? The expected result is, sorry, I should not write like this. The expected result is session, logged in session should be still maintained and user should not get logged out. Okay, even after closing the browser and opening the application URL, the login user should be logged in only, guys. It should not be logged out. Okay. So, but here we have a defect in this application. We can report that later. Okay. Then verify user is navigating to proper page after login. So this particular thing is already covered, guys. We don't have to write it separately. As you can see in the first test case itself, when user clicks on the login button, we are checking whether user is navigated to the login page or not. That means it's already covered, guys. You don't have to write it separately. As part of the first test case itself, it's covered. So here we are simply on logging whether user is going to the proper page or not. That is covered as part of the expected result of the first test case itself. So this is ruled out. Verify timeout of the login session, guys. What does it mean? Once you log into the application, once you log into this application using the valid credentials and login, and don't perform any action on this application, guys. You keep this application idle for around 30 minutes, guys. Okay, you have to keep this application idle for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes also, okay, after 30 minutes, you will check the timer. 30 minutes. After 30 minutes are gone, now you will try to click on any of this functionality. Let's say you will click on this downloads or something. Okay, in that case, guys, you should get automatically logged out, because most of the applications will have the active session time as 30 minutes, guys. Behind 30 minutes, they will get logged out. And if you take about some banking applications like net banking or something, right? they will not give 30 minutes for you. Okay, they will become, if you keep that net banking or something for not more than like 1 or 2 minutes, they'll get logged out, guys. Okay, so session is expired, some message will come like session is expired, you have to log in again, okay, to use the net banking. But this kind of applications like e-commerce applications or something like that, right? Few applications which actually work on a session based. Okay, we have to check with the client whether this is applicable for this application or not. Okay, we cannot take it for granted. Nowadays, if you log into the Gmail, guys, even though you are inactive for 30 minutes also, nothing will happen in Gmail. So that is a functionality of the Gmail, that is a business of the Gmail. Now what about this tutorialsninja.com/demo application? Does it have 30 minutes of session inactive session time, that it does it maintain, or it can be inactive for lifelong kind of thing? Okay, what we have to check with the client, guys. For now, assuming that this application should become like should get expired. Okay, the current login session should expire after 30 minutes, assuming that I am writing a test case here. Verify timeout of the login session. Simple. Okay, timeout of the login session. Click on login button. Okay, then you will get logged in, right? Using this validity credentials, you got logged in, and wait for uh, more than 30 minutes without performing anything on the application. Session is inactive for more than 30 minutes. Okay, that means, and after this, perform any action on the application. So here, user should get logged out with a proper message. User should get automatically logged out with a proper message stating your session got expired, like this is. Okay, so assuming that this functionality should be there, we are doing, but the application, this application I checked, guys, it's not. Okay, so we have to check. If you want to be clear, you have to check. So for now, we are just assuming. While testing the application, we'll wait for 30 minutes and check whether that's happening or not. Okay, the expected thing is happening or not, we'll check. Is also done. So here only one more test case is remaining, guys. Apart from that, one more thing also we have to do. So okay, sorry. There is something like others, we can say others as part of these breadcrumbs, different ways of navigating to this page, to login page. Okay, different ways of navigating to login page, navigating to different pages from this login page. Let's two more are there, guys. Okay, two more are there. Let's assume that for now. Okay, verify user is navigated to login page on clicking continue button in new customer section. This is like navigating from different pages, right? Different ways of navigation. This will come under different ways of navigation only. Okay, so here what I mean to say here is here logout, go to the login page. What we are writing here, verify user is navigated to the login page and clicking continue button in the new customer section. Okay, oh sorry, when you see, this is a different thing, guys. So this is a different thing. You should come here, navigating to different pages from this login page. Verify user is navigated to register page, register account page. On clicking continue button in new customer section, on clicking continue button in the new customer section, we have to go to the register account page. That's what we have to verify. Okay, and navigate different pages from this login page. Apart from that, we can also check other things, guys. For example, if you are in the login page And we have to also check this forgotten password is already covered. We have to check this right side, okay, right column options. Right column options we have to verify, and this header options, menu options. It's a general check, okay, general check on it. So I'll write that test case here. Verify user is able to navigate to different pages from login page. Verify user is able to navigate to different pages from login page. Okay. So for this, we'll write this first. We'll try to go to the login page first till here, and after that, click on continue button. Click on continue button under which section, guys? New customer section. New customer section. Click on continue button under new customer section, and here I'll write first expected result 1. Here not applicable. This data is not applicable. Here I will say user should be navigated to which page? Register account page. Register account page. This is the first expected result. Similarly, navigate back to login page, and this time, navigate back to the login page. Normal like this. Okay. Navigate back to the login page, and click on different options like right column options, comma, header options, menu options, footer options, and generically I'm writing and any other options. Randomly we have to check this line because it's a very wide statement. ER2. We have to check the second expected result. User should be navigated to the appropriate pages. You should be navigated to the appropriate pages, guys. Okay. Fine. This is what this test case is all about. So we are done with this one. This is done. So what else left? Different ways of navigating to login page. So this one, I think, while noting down the requirements, while exploring the application, right, we have created this mind map, right? If you go to this login, here we have noted down while exploring the application. So from my account options, first option is like this already we have checked, right? From login, we have to come to the login page. Then the next one is right side options. Here in the right side, guys, there is login. When you click on that, you should come to the login page. Then the next one is register account page. From register account page also, if you go to the register account page, and there is a login page option here. When you click on that, it should come here. So we'll write that as a last test case. This is the last but one test case, guys. One more test case is left. Whether verify user is able to navigate to verify the different ways of navigating to the which page? Login page. Okay. Open the application URL. Verify all the below ways of navigating to the login page. First way one. I'm writing in a different format here. From which page, guys? Click on login page link in the register account page. This is the first way. When you click on the login register account page. Okay, there are here ER1, verify ER1, expect result 1. Then second way, okay, way 2. where to click on login option, click on login option from the right column options. Okay, here also you should be able to. And third way is here also I will say ER1. Way 3, click on login option under the my account. Okay, click on select login option from the my account drop menu. Okay, my account drop menu. There are three ways, right? So three ways. So here also the same expect result one, ER1 we have to write ER-1. Okay, not applicable. And here I will say user should be navigated to login page. Done. This is also done. So next test case. Next test case is about breadcrumbs, guys. As you can see here, this is done. Different ways of navigating to the login page is done. The next test case is about breadcrumbs. Okay, verify the. So maybe we can write few more things, guys. Instead of writing like this, right? We can actually add few more things. Breadcrumbs, UI of the page. Okay, or UI can be separate test case actually. Verify UI. Verify UI is a separate test case. Here, apart from breadcrumbs, we can check the page heading, page title. Any other things left, guys? Breadcrumb is this one, guys. This part is I explained in the previous session itself, guys. While writing the test cases for the register functional, I explained what is a breadcrumb. Breadcrumb is this one. Page heading is this one. Page title is this one. Account login. This is a page URL, guys. This is the page URL. We have to also check the page URL also. Okay. So one more thing is page URL. So for this, I'll create a test case. Verify the breadcrumb, comma, page heading, comma, page title, comma, and page URL of login page. Like this we have to write. So go to the login page first. So ER1 not applicable. Here we'll write simply like this for now. Proper breadcrumb, page heading, page URL, and page title should be displayed. Okay. So spelling mistake, displayed, done. Okay. Last test case, guys. This is the final one. We'll delete all the remaining things. Only one test case is left, which will be writing at a high level, guys. Okay. Verify the UI of the login page. Very simple test case. Okay. Open the application URL. Again, same steps. So here we are writing it very simply, guys. Okay. One more test case also is required, guys. Okay. That is missing here. Testing in all the browsers. Okay. So one more test case. All supported environments. We have to test the test case in all the supported environments. For that, we have to write one more test case. Okay. So here, this one is verify the UI of the login page. Verify the login page functionality in all the supported environments. So while creating the test plan, we have written all the supported environments, right? If you the previous session itself, like while creating the test plan, right? One of the previous session. Here in the test plan, we have clearly mentioned about the different supported testing environments. Here you see test environments. You can go here. So all the environments, guys. In all these environments, this login page functionality should work. Okay, login functionality should work in all supported environments. For this is a test case. this is a single line, guys. These last two test cases are looks very simple, but they take a lot of time, guys. Okay, for UI, guys, for this particular test case, we'll be creating a separate UI checklist. Okay, we'll be cross-checking that complete UI checklist while testing this test case. So I'll be creating that UI checklist in upcoming sessions, guys. Okay, not now. In upcoming sessions, I will show you how to create a detailed UI checklist. Okay, we'll be using the same UI checklist with all the wherever the test cases are related to the UI, right? We'll apply the checklist. Simple. Okay, so here simple test case we are writing, but the reality there will be a big checklist, guys. Okay, we have to, in order to pass this particular test case, we have to go through a very big checklist. Proper, okay, proper UI should be login page should adhere to the UI checklist. Okay, so a separate checklist will be created. We have to verify that. Okay, this login page UI should adhere to the other means should match to the UI checklist. Okay, it should be according to the UI checklist. All the complete checklist should pass to make this particular test case pass. Fine. The next one, the last one, guys, verify the login functionality in all the supported environments. So login functionality should work correctly in all the supported environments. Here also simply we are writing, but in reality, guys, this particular test case will be shared between multiple test engineers or okay, multiple resources. So everyone will be simultaneously testing this particular test case in different environments, guys. Okay, so one person will be checking on Chrome browser, one person will be checking on Windows Firefox, Windows like IE, another person will be checking on Mac Safari, another person will be checking on Linux Firefox, like that. Okay, different testers will be working on different environments, and at the end, right, they will simply collect this result. Okay, login functionality should work correctly in all the supported environments. This looks very simple, but this is a very big one, guys. Okay, this test case. Fine. So how many test cases came, guys? 22 test cases came for this login functionality. We are done, guys. Okay, so we are done with everything. So we'll mark everything in green color just to just to just to mention that okay, we have completed that. The last one, all supported environments, is also completed. So this is how, guys, we need to create the test cases for the login functionality. And if you have more functional areas in more options in this login, we have to write even more test cases. Okay, these are the basic ones. These are the required general ones, but sometimes you may have some extra additional option like captcha or OTP sending. For that, you have to ideate the test cases and create the extra test cases, guys. Okay, this application has this functionality we have covered completely. This forgot password, we'll check it separately, guys. Okay, this forgot password we'll write separate test cases. For now, for the login functionality, we have completed creating the test cases. And one more thing before closing this, before ending this session, guys, what we can do is like we can go to the test scenarios document again. So this is a original test scenarios document, right? It will open. It's not open, guys. So we created 26 test cases for the register account functionality in the previous session, and the current session we created how many test cases for this login functionality? Login functionality test scenario. How many test cases are written? 22. Okay, 22 test cases. Sorry, here some numbers need to be updated. Let's update the numbers once to get the final number. 23, guys. Okay, 23 test cases. So here I'll update here 23 is completed. Okay, 23 test cases, and this particular test scenario is also completed. Okay, so let's close this test scenarios document, and then so this is a test case document for test cases for the login functionality, guys. In the next session, we'll continue creating the test cases for some other functionalities. So that's it, guys. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye.